You are about to witness the very exciting story of a city and its people.
Welcome to motherfucking Detroit.
What up, though? What up, though? This is Detroit Mail with another No Name podcast, and here to give you the preview of the Buffalo Bills versus Detroit Lions on Turkey Day. Gobble, gobble. But first, to get all the preliminaries out of the way, if you have not done it, please go down to or go over to um, our YouTube page, ILW Sports Network. Click on that like button. Ding! Click on that other button we call subscribe. Bang! And hit the notification button, and you shall get everything that we upload, including our show when we do live every Monday and Thursday. And shout out to the ones who've been jumping in. Really appreciate it, Alex. He has jumped in a couple of times. I think Alex had jumped on a late night show also. So shout out to the ones who've been jumping on the live show. And much appreciated. This show is designed for you who like to give takes on other things besides just the Lions. We talk about NBA, we talk about sports. We talk about NHL, especially during the playoffs. We really get into NHL. We talk about MLB. So we get into sometimes we talk U.S. Open. And there's something else you want to talk about, you want to bring up, you can. I know Nick is a big golf fan, so sometimes he do the Masters or anything else that's going on concerning golf. Nick will sometimes jump in and talk about golf. And speaking of Nick, if you are a Jets fan, please check out his channel, Proud Jets Fan. You can check that out on the same place here on ILW Network. And my partner in crime, Wildcard Mark, check out his Wildcard Chiefs page. He does everything Kansas City Chiefs. So if you are a Chief fan or know someone's a Chief fan, recommend the page to him. And his name says Wildcard Mark. And also, if you are up late at night, well, it might not be late for some people, but 11 p.m. and you just got a sports itch you want to get off, get that sports itch. Late Night Owl with Wildcard Mar. He's on for 1 hour. And same thing, you can jump in with him, jump in the comments. He goes live at 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. And you can talk anything sports. A lot of times he's catching like the last of certain games, late games, breaking news. He'll jump in. So if you're just a sports fanatic, we have a lot of chances for you to jump in and talk about sports. Speaking of that, go over to our Facebook page where you can put up your memes. You can go in and talk about your team, rep any team, rep your city. Hey, you might be selling something. You can go over there and promote what you're selling, promote your channel if you have a channel. Always mention Dirty Hill because they promote their channel on there. I start seeing more and more people starting to promote their channel. That's what it's for. It is about networking. Now we got the preliminaries out of the way. This is the Honolulu Blue coming from me to you. We're going to talk about the Detroit Lions and the Buffalo Bills. Prior to the Lions going on this winning streak, I was like looking at this game like I do not want to see this game. But it's exciting that they have been winning. The defense has been waking up. It's something to talk about, and this is right here to me is their litmus test to see how far they have came, how great and how good the defense is. They're missing Jeff Okudah, which is unfortunate. But shout out to the offensive line who has depth because Jonah Jackson is out. But I think Evan Brown is out, and we know Big B been out since the beginning of the season, and this offensive line been doing well, blocking well, pass blocking well, run blocking well. So shout out to the depth of the offensive line. Now, let's talk about this because I'm kind of conflicted. because I'm excited as a fan, and seeing how they won. They beat a bad Chicago team, which if you are, I always say, if you're supposed to beat a team, beat a team. You know what I'm saying? Good teams don't just beat up on good teams, but you gotta still be able to beat the team that's bad. So the fact they did that's a good thing. They beat a bad team. They didn't let this bad team beat them. So that's one thing you gotta look at as a step forward. Then now you go over to the Green Bay Packer team, who's a better team than the Bears. They beat that team. So, and I hear everybody talk, the fraudulent Giants. They still were 7-2. And they handled them like it was nothing. They handled the Giants. They came with a good game plan. Defense played well. They stopped the run. So don't call them a fraudulent Giants, because as fans, that make us look bad. So we beat a fraudulent team? No, the Giants was a good team and we beat them. So stop calling them fraudulent Giants. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you got to look at this NFL. It's any given Sunday. The Lions came out with a better plan, played a better game. They beat them. So let's not call them fraudulent Giants. I mean, I hear them talking about the Vikings being fraudulent and stuff like that. And I'm not a Vikings fan, but still, Dallas played better. And we know Kirk Cousins, anything before the sun goes down, he is not good. He has to play early games, or he is not going to win. So that's Kirk Cousins' Achilles heel right there. It's like, the sun's going down, but we about to win this game. You know what I'm saying? Because Kirk Cousins is not good after the sun goes down. So, getting back to what I was saying about the Lions in this matchup, though, it could be a trap game for Buffalo. Buffalo can come in this game feel like they can run over the Lions, and the Lions can take advantage of that. It's also on the reverse, can be a trap game for the Lions, and going in looking at it from, we can't beat them because they such a great team, or riding this high and not still being disciplined against the team. So either on both sides, it's kind of a trap game if you think about it. On the Buffalo side, they can take them lightly, and on the Lions side, they can look at them like, look what we did. We're on the street, and just go in there and not play disciplined football, because to beat this team, we're gonna have to play disciplined football, period. Because they got a lot of weapons. Diggs is a top receiver, top 3, arguably the top 3 in the league. Anywhere you put him in that slot, it can be argued. You put him at 1, 2, or 3, you can argue that he's in that top 3. I think with Moss, Singletary, and Cook, don't sleep on Cook. I think they got 3 capable backs. Then you got to look at the Buffalo design run plays with Josh Allen. And that's our weakness with running quarterbacks. As well as we played against the Giants, Daniel Jones, every time he ran the ball, he gains significant yards. So, and you're looking at a quarterback that's harder to take down than Daniel Jones, which brings me to my next point, is that tackling has to be, pristine. You have to put hats on everyone who gets the ball and make sure you wrap them up. It can't be that, I missed them swinging at them as they go past. You won't have to put them down, play physical. That's how the Jets beat them. The Jets played physical football, and they beat them. The Lions is capable. We've seen them play physical football, so we know they can play. They got to play physical football, play discipline to the ball. Buffalo, there's a crazy stat, and I was looking this up. They rank real low against teams' number 1 receivers. So I'm Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm looking at you. That means you should have a big game. Also, when Tannehill and Tennessee Titans played them, that middle was open. St. Brown, I'm looking at you. You know what I'm saying? Those 2 are St. Brown's bread and butter right there. Jared Goff needs to hit those or underneath passes. Underneath gonna be open. Buffalo like gives up the underneath and then tightens up in the red zone. So Jared Goff's gonna have to do one or two things here. He's gonna have to make sure he hits them in stride so he can get the yak yardage, and he's gonna have to take some shots downfield to keep him honest. So so you want to be predictable. I'm looking at you, DJ Chark. You know what I'm saying? DJ Chark has to show up in this game because Jared Goff needs to put that ball downfield every now and then, take shots to keep Buffalo, honest. But I don't know. I think I said last time, last game that I predicted the Lions to win against the Giants. I just thought it was a time. This Buffalo game is going to be a harder task. Buffalo it's a tough team, man. Even though they played a couple of last 3 games were rough. Even the last game they played against Cleveland, I was watching some other channels. They said, well, Cleveland's not a great team, and they hung with Buffalo a little too long. But hey, man, like I said, it's the NFL. Then now the question is do you feel that Detroit is better than Cleveland? If you match them up and put them side by side, is Detroit Lions better than Cleveland Browns? I think, as much as you want to talk about Jared Goff, I think quarterback-wise they are. I mean, don't get me wrong, Jacoby Brissett was playing. He played pretty good. I mean, I cannot knock what he did. He played a great game. Running back-wise, I think Nick Chubb is a beast. I like what Jamal Williams is doing. Don't get me wrong. I like what he's been doing. But is Jamal Williams better than Nick Chubb? I don't know. I think, and you put Nick Chubb with Kareem Hunt, is Swift and Williams better than those two? Then look at the defense. Can our corners compared to Cleveland's corners? They got a beast over there in Myles Garrett, a beast. Do we have a beast? I mean, Hut's been playing good. Don't get me wrong. Hut's been playing well, but still is a rookie. You look at comparing a seasoned vet to a rookie. And it's not me getting down on a team. I'm just trying to bring in perspective when we start talking. When I hear people giving these takes, you got to let's bring them in perspective. Overall, I think that the Lions team defense has improved and maybe be better as a team. But when you start looking at individuals, I don't know if you can say that individually they're better than Cleveland, if that makes sense. I think that as a team, the way they play as a team, yes. And with all the pieces playing and the way they've been playing, like if Okudah was playing, I would love to see if he could shut down Diggs or at least contain him. That's one matchup I was looking forward to. So I think if they could have contained Diggs, had a good chance. Kirby Joseph step up and come over top of Gabe Davis and keep him from getting deep. We had trouble with tight ends. So, I think Knott's going to get his. But now we don't have Okudah, and we got to depend on Warrior. That troubles me, man. That really troubles me. Even if we get pressure, can we get pressure and contain? Now, one thing I want to say, I noticed that Hutch was doing better. Even in the Giants game, Daniel Jones got a couple runs, I noticed that Hutch would rush in and pause and wait and see where or if Daniel Jones was going to run. Now I gotta go back and watch the tape. Most of those runs that Daniel Jones did was on Hutch's side. I don't know, but I know a couple plays I saw when I was watching Hutch doing the game live. He runs in and he wait and see what he's gonna do. His instinct seems to be better. You got to give him props for the interception, the fumble recovery. He's gonna have to be that and more against Buffalo. On our side of the ball, I talked enough about Buffalo. I think that the Lions, Jared Goff had to play almost mistake-free football. Mistake-free football. He's gonna have to. We're gonna have to establish the running game. I think we can establish this running game early and often, like we did last game. We got a chance because the running game always open up play action, take those shots downfield. The offensive line keep Jared Goff clean, and you might have to run a lot of draw plays to kind of slow down the speed of that pass rush. Ed Oliver and Von Miller coming in there. You know, they're coming in fast off the edge. Might have to run a couple of draw plays. I think another wild card will be Jackson. I think that's the wild card. He has to run like he did against the Giants. If Justin Jackson run like he did, this name Justin Jackson. Am I forgetting my man's name? I think that's his name. I'm driving a brain fart. But yeah, if he run like he did against the Giants, then we got I think we have a chance. And then come off that play action, hit St. Brown on the underneath, and just march on down the field, and Dan Campbell get the points. Get the points. If it means taking 3 here, because if you look at a couple of Buffalo games, especially the last game, you know, they was only, I think it was a 25 points what they scored. I can't remember. I know it was low up until like the fourth quarter. So those points are going to be significant if it's a close game. Take those points. Take those points. Please take those points. You're going to need those points. And I think on the defensive wise, contain Josh Allen. Wrap him up. Because he's a big guy, so you have to wrap him up. You can't arm tackle him. You have to wrap him up. Hutch, with those short arms, you're not going to be able to reach out and get him. You have to stay in front of him, keep him in front of you, and square up on him and tackle him. Rodriguez, I know he's hurt, but he's playing. You know, I like the way he does his gap assignments. He's always in the right spot in his gap assignments. So if he's filling those gap assignments, I need the rest of the offensive line and the rest of that defense to do well. If you go to the zone, I think the Lions gonna play zone. I don't think they can play man with the personnel. That means Anzalone and Rodriguez is gonna be relied heavy on when you play in zone. You're gonna have to play smart football, linebackers, please. And Barnes also play smart football. I think if they do that, it'll be a closer game. Then can they win? I don't know. I really don't know. That's just honest. I just don't know. But I will say this, and I'm gonna get out y'all way. This right here is a litmus test for the Lions. How they play against Buffalo will tell a lot about this team's character, how far they came, and their heart. You know what I'm saying? If they play a close game and lose, I'll be the first to say this team has come a long way. Because you have 4 tests. You got a test against a bad team in the Bears, a test against a better team in Green Bay. Even though Green Bay's struggling, still a better team than the Bears. And you got a test against a good team, not a great team, but a good team in New York. Then your 4th test would be a test against a great team, an elite team in Buffalo. And how you play against Buffalo will put your record out for the season. This would be your season test. And I say this I'll make my decision as a fan and a commentator or a content creator of who this team is. You know, now they get blown out, they're a long way away. If they play tough, you know, they close. They play tough. If they play this team tough, they close. I'm telling you, they play this team tough, they close. So I pick Buffalo to win. But like I said, as a fan, I'm really mad if they lose, if the Lions win, and I just want to see how they play. But yeah, like I said, man, you know, leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. If I'm wrong, if you agree with the test scenario or theory, you know, leave a comment below. Shout out to the ones who've been leaving comments, man. You know, I love to talk about sports. I love when you leave comments. Even some of the nasty comments, I still answer. You know, I'm not gonna get no argument over no sports team or nothing like that. I just know what I do. But you know, if you have a legitimate comment, I'll address it. you know, and we agree to disagree if it comes down to that, you know. But like I said, shout out to the ones who were leaving comments. I love it. It's been fun, man. It's been a fun year. It's been it's been up and down roller coaster for the first 6-7 games, and you know, I'm hoping that they go a little further. But anyway, thanks for watching. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. Please hit that like button because you know how YouTube is. We need that algorithm, you know. So hit that like button, and you have not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you're a Lions fan, tell your friends about this page. You know, I'm trying to. Well, I'm saying for this page, but we as a network is trying to grow the network. So hit that like button, man. Tell your friends about it. Just if you just don't have a friend that's a casual sports fan, tell them about the live show. If you have a friend that's a Chiefs fan, tell them about the Chiefs page. You got a friend that's a Jets fan, kill yourself. No, you got a friend that's a Jets fan, you know, tell them about the Jets fan. Yeah, you got friends Lions fan, tell them about the Lions fan page. But anyway, till next time, peace.